think maybe. Like, I'm doing this. Should mess my hair up.
Ready, Shmuel?
Wie Shteigin hier?
Okay.
Taryag iterations off the central finite curve. There's a Herenstein who works more with Boich Sfaras.
Come to Ois, Rabosai.
Yo, we Shteigin here. Take two. Who works more with Bleiben Schwer than Boich Sfaras.
Come to
His name's PASHUT Herenstein. Works more with Bleiben Schwer than Boich Sfaras. His name's PASHUT Herenstein, but he's no dummy. Years ago, he realized the greatest thing he'd ever create was a Sfara.
Come to Ois, Rabosai.
We captured that moment. We run it in a tube through PASHUT Herenstein's Talmidim's minds, and the chemical it makes their brains secrete go into each one of PASHUT Herenstein, PASHUT potato latkes. Come home to the impossible taima of your own shlemus. Come home to PASHUT Herenstein.
Nice, bro. You want to do one more time?
Yeah, we'll do it one more time.
So you say Sfaras twice.
Yeah. Oh, that's what gets you.
Yeah.
It's the second Sfaras.
Okay, now I know.
We Shteigin.
Second
Come to-
Sfara of the
Come to Ois, Rabosai.
Cool.
second Sfara, second take.
Alright. Come to Ois, Rabosai. That's what I say, right? Second Sfara. Alright, let's go. Ready, take three. Shteigin here.
Taryag iterations off the central finite curve. There's a Herenstein who works more with Bleiben Schwer than Boich Sfaras. His name's PASHUT Herenstein, but he's no dummy. He realized long ago the greatest thing he would ever create was a Sfara.
Come to Ois, Rabosai.
We capture that moment. We run on a loop through PASHUT Herenstein's Talmidim's minds, and the chemicals it makes their brains create go into each one of PASHUT Herenstein, PASHUT potato latkes. Come home to the impossible taima of your own shlemus. Come home to PASHUT Herenstein. Amar Rav Yochanan Mishum Rav Yossi Minayin Shakadosh Baruch Hu Mispala. How do we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu davens, that he prays? Shenamar V'havi Yosim El Har Kadshi V'simachtim V'ves Tefilasi. Right. He brought us the holy mountain, and he made us happy in the house of my prayer. Tfilasem lo namar. It doesn't say your prayer. Talking to Am Yisrael. It says my prayer. El tfilasi. Mikan shakadosh baruch hu mispalo. So we see that God is praying, and God is Shteigin, and that's through us. And we Shteigin here. My matzli. What does God pray? Amar Rav Zutra Bar Tuvia Amar Rav Yihiratzon milfanai shiich b'shur rachamai es ka'asai Ve'agolu rachamai al midosai ve'asnaig im banai v'midas rachamim ve'ekanes lahem lifnim mishura sadin. Guy's like, yo, God's like praying to himself. He's like, yo, me. It should be in front of my will. I don't know, you want to get an actual touch over here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
The will should come in front of me, that my mercifulness will overcome my anger. And mercifulness will wash over my attributes. And I will act towards my children with mercy, with the attribute of mercy. And I will go with them. You know, people are like, yo, like they say, like, yo, I hear your voice, but like, yo, that's like the fnimi. Like, yo, we've been going the fnimi shuras and we've been machmir and it's been geschmack. But yo, you don't think God is being as like the fnimi shuras hadin with us? And he's saying, like, we know that they're Shteigin here. Like we Shteigin here. So basically, that's what that means.
Nice.
Yeah.
My mostly Amara Bartovia.
So that's what we just did.
Oh, we just did that?
Yeah, we just did that.
Oh, my bad, yeah.
Shteigin here. So it says that, so God davens to himself that it goes like that like he will be like lenient with us. And we're like, oh yeah, but we want to be machmir. Let's be machmir on the agunas. Right? For kazesim of Ma'afi Kaiman. Tanya, Amar Rabbi Yishmael ben Elisha. Pam achas nechnasni laktir ketoras lefnai v'lefnim. It was a Kohen Gadol. He comes to bring ketoras. Lefnai v'lefnim. V'ra'izi akasriel ya Adonai tzuvaos shuhu yoshev al kisei ram v'nisa. And I saw Akasriel. And they use like mad names of the Avishter. And he was sitting on this elevated throne. Va'amar li Yishmael b'ni barcheni. God said to me, yo Yishmael, look at he blessed me. Amarti lo, I blessed God, says Yishmael, this Kohen Gadol.
Wow.
Yo Yishmael ben Elisha.
Wow.
Shteigin here.
That's incredible.
So he said, Amarti lo, Yehirat som milfanecha, sheyechbeshu rachamecha al ka'ascha, ve'agolu rachamecha al midosecha, v'tisnaeg im banecha b'midos harachamim, v'tikanez lahem livnim mishur sadin. He said, yo, all that good stuff that we're showing above, that should happen. V'na'na li v'rosho. And he shook his head and he was like, yeah. V'kamash malan, shalot tehe v'rechaz hedjo kala be'necha. And we learn from here that the bracha of a hedjot, of like a regular guy over here, it shouldn't be unimportant. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's just, right? Because like in comparison to God, like Yishmael was just like, he's calling God though, but like compared to, even so, God wanted him to bless him.
Wow.
Yeah, big sugyas here. We love to hear about him in the Teguvos Lamata.
What's that?
Like we love to hear about them in the comments below. And we'll stagger here.
Nice, yeah.
We'll call those stagging into action.
That'd be cool.
Let's do it. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Shimon Rabbi Yossi minayin she'ein martin lo la'adam b'shas kaso. Wow. When a person's biggity bugging out, we don't try to like appease him. Tirsiv panai ilchu lecha umi ita ratcha kamei dekud shabrichu. Wait a second, you're saying Hashem lost his cool, Hashem got upset? Well, we saw that in the last daf, we saw that Hashem did actually get upset. Right? We saw that he gets upset if he goes to a base Knesset and there's not 10 guys there. He's like, yo, wait, what's going on here? And like, he's upset. And we asked, what about Bilam also that he gets upset? Like, what does that mean? But here the Gemara says, wait a second, you're going to say that Hashem got upset? In Yes, Titania, because it says in a brisa, the el was like it flies over here.
Shteigin here, bro.
The el zoem bechol yom. The pasuk says that guy gets mad every day. We get this pasuk in Tehillim over there. The kama za'amo, and how long is his za'am? Is his getting upset? Rega, it's a moment. The kama rega, echa b'chameshes ribo, one in 50,000. One that's like how split second it is. Ushmonas alafim, ushmona me'oz, ushmonim v'shmona v'shazo. He rega. So that whole math, that infinitesimal number. Ve'in kobir yachol lechavenosa. The Gemara is like, all right, here, so we're gonna figure this out, but no one can figure it out. Chutz mi Bilam Araja, except for Bilam Shteigin here, Baruch Shechivanti. Tichsiv bei v'yodeh das elyon. Hash does behemdo lo have a yada. Wait a second, Bilam didn't even know what his animal was thinking. Das elyon have a yada. Why, he knew God's das elam milamed shayodeh lechaven ozer shash hakadosh baruch hu kohes ba. He was able to figure out when that time was. V'hainu de amar lu Navi li Israel, like what the Navi says to Israel. Ami zacharna ma ya'adz Balak melech Moav. Shlomo. Where's that pasuk?
That pasuk is in Micha? Am I wrong here?
It's in Mika.
Mika?
Mika. But we Shteigin here. It's in Mika. It's very small Gemaras. Right? Amai Zachar. So we want to keep like the Navi, like the stees up. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ma leman das tzidkos Hashem. So what does it mean, the hemshech of the pasuk leman das tzidkos Hashem, in order to know God's righteousness? Amar Rabbi Elazar, Amar Lahem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael, Hashem said to Israel, De'u kama tzidkos asiti imachem. Know how many good things I did to you. Shelo ka'asti b'mei bilam harasha ilmale ka'asti lo nishtar misonem shel Yisrael surid v'palit. God's like, yo, you should know what a chesed that I did, that I didn't get upset those days. So we see that God could hold it back. God could get on a super show, and he needs to when Bilam is out there. God could get completely chill, but he does it like every day for a second. It's like that we should see. Like, yo, like we could learn. Like sometimes it happens. Like, even if it happens, yo, it's got to be an infinitesimal second. You know, like we Shteigin.
Wow. That's why we say, was it Erechapayim?
Erechapayim.
Right.
Yo. Serious Talmid Chacham over here. We Shteigin here, you guys. Dude, that's more dick of word. So, V'hainu de ka'amar le Bilam le Balak. That's what Bilam said to Balak. Ma ekov lo kava'el, ma azam lo za'amel. What am I going to do if Shteigin here? What am melamed shekol ozan hayamim lo za'am? So we learn from there, right? Like that God didn't get upset. It's like, listen, if lo za'amel, if God wasn't upset, so how am I going to be able to curse? You know? The kama za'amo, how long is his anger? Which we still have to understand. What does it mean that God gets angry? Kama rega amar Rav Avin v'idem Rabbi Avina rega kamemrei. This rega is like the amount of time that it says to say the word rega. Let's see what Rashi says over here. Rashi says, Shteigin he. Alright. Uminalan de rega ratach. And where do we know that he gets like that? That rega is anger. That he's angry. We know he's. Shenemar ki rega be'apo chayim b'yirtzono, because it says the pasuk that rega be'apo is chayim b'yirtzono. So we know that the rega is off. Viba is amen. If you're gonna say, yo, dude, come on, we Shteigin here, but come on. If you're gonna say that, mehacha, we can get it from here. Chavi kim'at rega ad ya'avor za'am. So again, we have the rega and the za'am, two shelled in the same pasuk. The emas ratach, and when does he get angry? Amar Abai, mihanach plus shai kamaisi ki chiyura karbalasa de tarnagulsa. Oh, so he's saying, yeah, it's in the time when you can see the chiyurta when you can see the turkey's neck. We're Shteigin here. It might mean something totally different. Vikai echad kara kol shaita v'shaita, and he's chilling and someone calls every hour. Nami kai hachi kol shaita. Also is here all the time. Izbe shuraiku somki. They have red whistles. But he's shaita at that time. Leizbe shuraiku. But that time they're not calling out sumke, red. We got a massacre murder mystery on this Gemara over here. Shuraiki, oh, phew, we got it. Shuraiki, Zagdrashi Tish Belaz. Oh, so helpful. So basically, all of this is connected. All this talk is connected to the mishmars. You know, people are going through Gemaras and they realize, like, yo, like this. So far, like we've been Shteigin these mishmars, these ashmuros, like the first 3 hours. So this obviously Paskin. This is the first 3 hours. The Paskin's like the Shita, who says that it's split into four parts. The 12 hours of marriage. We Shteigin it. We might get it eventually. We Shteigin it exactly, but yo, dude, talk about the ashmuros, right?
Saying it's going back on the ashmuros.
I'm saying that it's referencing the ashmuros. Yeah.
Okay. What are we holding?
Hahu tzaduki dehava b'shivavosei de Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi. Yo, he was in the posse of Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi, and he was a tzedoki. Havekam itztar le'tuva b'krai. He was having a hard time Shteigin. You know, Yom Echad, one day, shakal tar negola. He took a chicken, v'ukme bein kar'e de arsa, and he put it in a cradle. Ve'ayin bei, and he looked at it. Savar ki mata hahi shaita altia. So a merchant.
Did we do this? Did we do Zayin?
No, I don't think we did Zayin. Yeah.
We did this.
No, I remember we had a merchant in the other page, but we did not do Zayin, yo.
Okay.
We Shteigin here.
Fighter, dude.
We Shteigin here. So.
Sorry, dude.
We Shteigin here. We
Fighter,
Shteigin here.
dude.
Right. So again, we have the guy with the turban, the merchant with the turban. Yo, I'm gonna revive Rav Elson for rap. PASHUT HERENSTEIN, the merchant and the turban. You know, I'm looking for the place. You didn't know that I'd be searching. All right, yo.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm not ready to freestyle on camera yet. But we Shteigin.
Yeah.
Right, so he was like having a hard time learning, right? He took a chicken and he put it in the cradle and he looked at it and he says, yo, when the time that a merchant in a turban comes, Kimata Hishaita, when this time comes, he's like, I'm going to come at this time. Altia. We're going to come at this time. And when that time came, though, Kimata Hishaita, and Naim, he fell asleep. Amar Shmami, no, he said, we hear from here, Lav Orach Ara, Lima Avad Hachi. It's not the way that it's done. But it says that God is Rachamim on all of His creations. V'chsiv gam enosh l'tzadik lo tov. He said also, punishing a righteous person is not good. Tana Mishmei, the Rav Meir, B'sha She'acham Azorach, as Kol Malchei Mizrach, V'mayrav Manichin Kisreim V'rosham. So, when the sun comes and shines, all of the eastern kings and the western kings, they Manichin Kisreim V'rosham, they put their crowns on their heads, U'mishtachavim L'chama, and they pray and they bow to the sun. Miyad Ko'es HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Immediately God is angered.
Wow. I can hear.
Yo, we're Shteigin here, but what does this mean? Want to see a Taisvis?
Taisvis?
Yeah, you want to see a Taisvis?
Sure.
Hahu tzidoki dehava b'shovavei vasei derevi Yeshua ben Levi v'chulei lav arach ara. This is Shteigin here, Tosfos. Lav arach ara. Right? By lav orach ara. Okay, we Shteigin here. He went to sleep, he came up. It's that whole Gemara that he's talking about. Af al gav, even though dehat sidokim mordim ve'lo malin, basically like we don't mess with tidokim. Hainu bidei adam aval bidei shamayim lav orach ara. That's in bidei adam, but in bidei shamayim it's not the way of it. Leha'anisham ulehatricham ulehorgam bidei shamayim shelo kederech b'nei adam. God's not going to go and kill them. Ve'i garsinan hacha ovei koravim nicha dika amar hasam ovei koravim v'roi behema daka lo malin v'lo moridin. This is like, this Tosfos is like, I'll tell you a story. There was once a Rebbe, and he like told his Talmidim to go look at the Gemara, and they look at the Gemara, and they like ask a question, right? Like they look at the question, right? They say, yeah, but I have a question on this Tosfos, like a different Gemara. So the rabbi like looks at the Tosfos and he's like, he's like steig down, he doesn't know. Take Tosfos, and he rips it out. He said, what about the Tosfos on the other side? He said, Oil Russia for Oil Shcheno. And I thought it was the most weirdest yeshiva shemaisa of all times. Like he's ripping Gemaras. Oil Russia, Oil Shcheno. Calling Tosfos a Russia. Like, we Shteigin here with this Tosfos. I'm gonna ripping Gemaras over here. Word. Okay, so basically, that was the whole thing. Right, what you think we just read. We're gonna also, when we set it up, we Shteigin. V'amar b'yochanan b'shem Rav Yossi, Tova mardus achas b'libo shel adam yoser mikama malchios. So it's better that one thing should happen to the heart of a person than many beatings. Mardus achas, one rebellion. Shteigin he. Mardus achas lashon radoi v'achna she'adam sam al libo me'elav. It's like the lashon of like hitting and being machnia. Sublimating. I don't know, you guys taken down. The Rashi. We're in the Rashi over here. Mardus achas is lashon radoi v'hachna she'adam sam alibo me'elav. It's this mardus achas. It's not humility. It's like a lowness. It's kind of a lowness of a feeling. She'adam sam alibo me'elav. So it's better that a person feels bad. One time that he feels bad is better than kama malchios, and it's better than getting whipped. Shenemar v'radfa es ma'aveha Va'amra elcha ve'ashuva el ishai harishon ki tov li az me'ata. We Shteigin here, pasuk in Hosea, coming up. Tov li az me'ata, and that teaches us that, you know, do we have an English Chumash? But we're Shteigin here. We're going to put it up.
I do.
You do?
We'll put it up.
We'll put it up. V'radfa es ma'aveh v'amra elcha ve'ashuva el ishai rishon. All right, we gotta learn some Hosea. I'm excited, yo. We're gonna learn about Hosea. By the way, I went to a chavrusa in Hosea. My boy Dan Wexelbaum.
Nice. Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah, Shana Aleph. Yo, dude. Yo, him and his wife rap.
That's cool.
Yeah, we Shteigin.
Nice.
Yeah, we have to get him up. Spit some biggities. We're gonna have a studio up here eventually. Mir Hashem.
Mir Hashem.
We Shteigin.
Shteigin here.
All right.
All right, weiter.
Weiter. Rish Lakish Amar Yosem Mimea Malkios, more than 100 whips. Shenemar Tachas Ga'ara Mevin Mehakos Ksil Mea. Rish Lakish says it's more than 100 Malkios, and he brings a pasuk. Right? But Rashi, Rabbi Yochanan says, in the name of Rabbi Yossi, that if a person feels bad, it's more like, it's better than 100 Malkos, says Rish Lakish.
Wow.
What do you mean better? Like,
If a person feels bad?
Yeah, if he has like, well, what did it say? It says, Lashon Radoi v'hachna. It's not necessarily feeling bad. Maybe that's just how I went to it originally. But it's a Lashon of I don't want to say humility. Radui is like down, put down, and hachna is like submissiveness.
Right.
That a person puts on his heart.
Right. Well, there's a difference between humility and self-worth. You know, we need to understand this to mean, hey, person needs to be humble and recognize the greatness of Hashem. Like that's the Yiras Hashem, right? Being humble and recognize the greatness of Hashem through, you know, his great awesomeness and how us, in comparison to Hashem, you know, we are humble before him, you know. But still, at the same time, we need to recognize that we are Chelek Eloha, and that we have within us great power to achieve great things, and to believe in ourselves that as we are the Zerah of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, who Hashem bestowed Brachos upon Brachos and gave us the Holy Torah and a holy nation, that, you know, we have the opportunity to have, like, high self-worth and believe in ourselves in order to accomplish Hashem's Ratzon, bro.
Word, man.
Yeah, bro. Shteigin, yo.
Yo.
Let's go, weiter.
Beautiful words, man. So, Miyad Kodesh Baruch is right. Okay. Rabbi Yochanan, Mishum, Rabbi Yossi, Shlosha Devarim Bikesh Moshe Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe asked God for three things. V'nasan lo. God gave them Bikesh Tishra Shechina Yisrael. That those Shechina falls on Yisrael. Hope of Yisrael goes into the super show. V'nasan lo was given to them. Shenemar Halo Bilechtecha Imanu Bikesh Shalo Tishra Shechina Al Ovdei Kochav. That the super chill and the Shechina, right? And I just kind of threw in super chill before. We Shteigin here, you guys. Shalo Tishra Shechina. I'm gonna take away because, like, yo, we gotta actually teach. I actually had to throw in super chill. I just was feeling it. We gotta teach what Shechina is because it says that the Shechina should not go on the idol worshippers. The Nashon Lo, and he gave it to him. Shenemar v'naflinu ani v'imach. So, you know, I think everyone can get to the super chills, even people who serve idols. You know, everyone's on their path to figure out, you know, what's like good for them.
Even through idols? I mean, I don't think that's gonna bring someone to super chill.
Yeah, you know? Idols. Well, what are idols even?
So Gutman Locks, shout out. Gutman Locks. He was formerly known as like Guru Gil.
Yeah.
Right. So he was on the cover of Time magazine. He's this amazing holy person that lives in the old city of Yerushalayim. He has his own YouTube channel and he gives these awesome Divrei Torah on like practical, applications of Chachmas Torah to life, like really good stuff. And he also is just like, in general, like, he's hosted me for Shabbos meals time and time again. So he actually went to India and was like meditating for, he was on the cover of Time magazine for being like the guru at Central Park. He would sit in Central Park, meditate for 23 hours a day. Didn't speak for 3 years. They did a documentary on like this sign language that he invented. Crazy stuff. Anyway, very cool guy. Check out his stuff. However, he says that
it's a great promotion.
Yeah, for sure. He says that those powers, right, that like they worship over there, he says they come from like an unclean place, right? So like Hashem did put these powers in the world to tap into, and like maybe there are people that can still achieve like levels of enlightenment, but we Shteigin here, man. We're talking emes, bro. The Holy Torah Kadosha.
Yeah.
Abraham gave gifts to his other children. We're talking about that on Shabbos, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey, like we got to recognize that like Kadosh Baruch Hu is one.
Oh, word.
And we got to be holding on that first and foremost. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad.
Yo, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Echad.
Amen. Yeah, bro. All right, yo.
Shteigin, so there's 3 things that he asked. So it shouldn't fall, the Shekhinah shouldn't fall on the people who worshipped idols. And he gave it to him, Shenemar v'naflinu ani v'imach. That he separated us. We all Shteigin. We gotta figure out, that's gonna be one of the words that we're gonna try to figure out throughout this podcast.
Cool.
Is like, what is the Shekhinah? The sugya that like I wanted to bring up.
V'naflinu you just quoted?
V'naflinu ani v'imach.
So you actually have a tight chair on that.
Yeah.
V'naflinu is be. You have to be distinguished. Oh, you typed it that way.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Shteigin. Where'd you see
awesome.
that?
It's on the side over here.
Oh, I wrote that.
Yeah, and you remembered it.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Wow, dude. Nice, bro. You didn't. That means that when you learned this at the time, you didn't know what that word meant, and you took the time. You wrote down the word, and you remembered it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let's go. Bikesh
though, Dio Durachav Shel Kadosh Baruch Hu. He said, I want to know your way, God. Show me your path. The Nasanol gave it to him. Shenemar hodiani na estachecha.
Sorry.
Amar lefanav ribono she'olam mipnei ma yesh tzadik v'tovlo v'yesh rasha v'ralo. Yesh rasha v'tovlo v'yesh rasha v'ralo. Right? Why are there like a good person, bad things, good person, good things, bad person, bad things, bad person, good things? Like, what's going on over here? Amar lo Moshe tzadik v'tovlo. Tzadik ben tzadik. Tzadik v'ralo. Tzadik ben Rasha. Rasha v'tovlo. Rasha ben tzadik. Rasha v'ralo. Rasha ben Rasha. Yo, that is mystical, yo. Alright. What does it say? He says, why is there... This is what we need a board for. If we had a board...
How big of a board would we need?
Right.
How big of a board would we need?
We need a Shteigin here size board.
Well, give me an estimate size board.
If I had something like this...
Not bigger?
Bigger would be better, but even something like this, I could Shteig...
Okay, I know a place. Where we can get some boards.
Alright.
Next episode. Bezrat Hashem.
Neder, Bezrat Hashem, Shteigin here. Yeah, you guys...
Make it happen.
Believe the hustles we have. We have amazing wood.
Yeah, bro. How we doing over there?
Shteigin here. Fire. Food. Warmth.
Yeah, bro.
Torah. Alright.
We're doing the tzaddik.
Right, yeah. It's tzaddik v'ralo, Rasha v'ralo, tzaddik.
So what's going on over here, man?
They're talking a lot about, like, the Hanhaga of Hashem, like, why is these things happen and those things happen to these people? Like, where's the fairness?
So what do you think's going on with this tzaddik ben tzaddik, tzaddik virolo, tzaddik ben Russia?
So the Gemara is gonna discuss it. They know that, like, yo, like we need a little bit of order over here.
Okay.
They're like, we got you, yo.
Gotcha.
Amar Mar, tzaddik v'tovlo, tzaddik ben tzaddik, tzaddik virolo, tzaddik ben Rasha. So a tzaddik that's good for him is the tzaddik, a son of a tzaddik, and a tzaddik that's bad for him is a tzaddik, the son of a Rasha. Because if he's the son of a Rasha, I didn't learn how to navigate. Listen, I got nothing against Rashayim. You know, even Rashayim are on their paths, and like I have mercy on them. They think the only way that I can get to my eudaimonia, to my super chill, is if I go and do this bad thing. You know, one thing's for sure is that the jail system is messed up. You know, make it worse for them and give it. You know, we need in jail. We need like mad therapy time. We need mad therapy, yo.
Word, bro.
Yeah, we Shteigin. So basically, tzaddik v'ralo. He says, "Ain't really? Is that the case?" V'haksiv paked avon avos abanim. I'm gonna put the sins of fathers on their children. Yo, Shteigin. V'chsiv, and it says banim lo yumtu al avos. But here it says that the kids will not die for their dads. We have a stira. Cry adadi. We have a stira in these psukim. This one says that the sons will not die for their father's sins, and the one before it said that they will have to deal with their father's sins. So Ramina cry ahadadi. We contradicted these two psukim. Mishaninan, and we answered. Lo kashya ha kishaychzim ma'aseh avosehem b'yadehem ha kishayin ochzin ma'aseh avosehem b'yadehem. Like the tzaddik viralo is like.
What did that just? What can you touch that?
Oh yeah, sure. It says this is when they hold the maisa of their father in their hands. When they are tzaddik ben tzaddik, they're holding the maisa of their father in their hands. But if they're not holding maisa avosechem bi'adechem, like their dad, let's say, is not from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're saying that if you hold that your dad was not from, and therefore he was not like a good person. If a person says like that, so then it's going to be a tzaddik viral. It's going to be like, oh man, my dad wasn't. But if you learn how to understand that really, your dad is a tzaddik, you know, and like we both we all in the world, you know.
Well, I think that it's saying that. Well, okay, so look, it says ufanim lo yimusu avos for minhu. Oh, I see. So when we say tzaddik lo kasha ha kisha ochsin ma'aseh avosehem. That's talking about the poked avon avos albanim uchsiv, right?
Right.
So, in this first case of poked avon avos albanim, it's saying that that's when they do kisha ochsin is what? When they do.
They're holding it.
When they hold what their father did in their hand, poked avon avos albanim, right?
Right.
So, what I think it means when it says they're holding what their father did in their hand, it means they're doing the same maisa that they did if they're considered a Rasha, right? No?
Yes, like that idea is exactly what it is. That, like they're holding their father's maisa biyadem. But if it's a tzaddik viralo, it's because he looks at his like where he comes from. He looks at like the bad stuff that he came from, and he's like embarrassed about it, like all these things that he did. He did tshuva, but like his where he comes from is like not sitting well with him. It's tzaddik viralo. He's always like chased by it.
So he's righteous, but there's like a little weakness though.
not wickedness. There's wickedness. Viralo, bad things happen to him. He's not chilling.
Not chilling.
He's not chilling. He's not happy. Like it's ralo, because he's looking at his past as like something bad. But it's tzaddik ben tzaddik. It's tzaddik ben tzaddik. Someone who says, "Yo, look where I came from. Yo, I'm proud of it."
Nice.
Like we Shteigin here, and we're going. And that's tzaddik ben tzaddik. And it's up to us to decide if we're tzaddikim ben tzaddikim or tzaddikim ben rishayim. So look how we look at our past. We're Shteigin forward, or chas v'shalom.
Chas v'shalom. Word, bro.
And that brings us to our show, Stark or Shteigin. All right, let us know what you think on the bottom. All right. I was not planning that. I just wrote it because I thought it was a line to Shteigin.
Nice.
I was just like, I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna like Shteigin. All right. So Lokash, this is when they're Elahachi Ka'amar like Tzaddik v'tovlo, Tzaddik Gamor, Tzaddik v'ralo, Tzaddik she'eno Gamor. They say, well, no, that's saying a different word. They're saying Tzaddik, and it's good for him. That's full Tzaddik. It's how he's bad for him. It's not good for him. Russia v'tovlo, so Russia she'eno Gamor. He's Russia, and it's good for him because not completely a Russia Gamor. Russia v'ralo is Russia Gamor. Right? That's if it's bad for him. If he's like really wicked person, but Upliga der Meir, the Amar Meir Shtayim Nasnu Lo V'achas Lo Nasnu Lo Shenemar V'chamti Ez Asher Achon Aval Mi She'eno Hogen. God's just going to do everything. He's going to be completely midas Arachim Shteigin. V'rachamti Shteigin Ez Asher Arachem. And I give Rachim to, Aval Mi She'eno Hogon, even if he's not worthy. Vayomer lo tuchal lir'oz as panai. You can't see my face. So that's to Moshe, I think. Tana mishmei Rabbi Yoshua ben Kar. Right? You can't really like understand it. You can't really understand. That's what God was saying to Moshe. You can't see my face. Like ultimately, like we Shteigin here, but like you can't like get everything. There's something inherently ungettable. There's always going to be that ability to grow. There's always going to be the world to come. Tana b'shmei der Yeshua ben Korchem v'kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe k'zasiz lo ratziz la'achshav shata rotzeh eni rotzeh. Right? God said to Hashem, when I wanted to give you the Torah, you didn't want. Now that you want it, I don't want. God's being
He said it to Moshe. Hashem said it to Moshe, no?
Yeah, he's like, well, I was like, isn't that lo tikov lo titor? Aren't you not supposed to come back? Right? Aren't you not supposed to take revenge? I was like, when I wanted to do it, you didn't want, and now that you want, I don't want.
What's that in reference to?
We Shteigin here. I don't know even. I don't even see, Besneh, by the snare, by the that song Shteigin snare you covered your face, right? And so now I don't want. Ubliga de Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Rabbi Yochanan da Amar Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani. So we were Shteigin. Tzaddik Varalo Sugya. Basically, you can't see God's face. We Shteigin here. Vasirosi as Panai, Varaisi as Acharai, Amar Rav Chana Bar Bizna, Amar Rav Shimon Chasid, Malamit Shura Kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe Keshesh Tefillin. He showed him the Tefillin. Again, we have this Indian of Tefillin. V'Amar, right? Showed him the back of his tefillin. Showed him his back. He's like, it must be talking about his tefillin. Shteigin here. Suggestions welcome. V'Amar Rabbi Yochanan b'Shor Rabbi Yossi Kol dibor v'dibor sheyatzu mipi HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'tova afilu al tenai lo chazar bo. Anything that God said that's good, He's not going to go back on it. Min alan Where do we know that from? Moshe. We know that from Moshe. Rabbeinu, Moshe, our teacher. Shenemar haraf mimeni ve'ashmida. He's like, yo, let me go. Yeah, Moshe was like holding God's hand. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get him.
We're having technical difficulties.
Shteigin here. Is it not recording?
It is recording.
Okay, so what's the technical difficulty?
The light is flickering.
Oh, yo,
I think we gotta put a new battery in.
Yo, I'm just saying that, like, yo, we're like riggedy roughing it out here. Yeah. Maybe people could be like, yo, like, lighting, Shteigin here. Maybe they could stag with us, not have any lighting. Just have this guy.
Word, bro.
Are we still recording?
We're still recording. You can go weiter.
So Bekitzer, he showed Moshe the tefillin. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yossi, Kodim, or anything that God says is good. Why? Because it says, "Let me go and I'll get him." Yeah, I'll just like make you a great nation, Moshe, but like forget about like the Israelites. Aval Gav, Deba Moshe Rachmi Allah, the Milza Ubatla, and even so, you know, Moshe asked for mercy, and they upshlugged the Gezerah. Aviluachi Ugma Bezare, but still, when it happened in his progeny. Shneimar b'nei Moshe Gershom ve'Eliezer v'ayu b'nei Eliezer Rechbea Harosh v'Gomer u'b'nei Rechavia Rabo L'mayla. He had a lot of kids. V'Gomer V'Tani Rav Yossi L'mayla Mishishim Ribo Asya Rabia. There's more than 60,000 kids. We have an Gezer Shava from Rabia Ksiv Hacha. It says over here, Rabo L'mayla, that the Rav is L'mayla Ksiv Hacha. B'nei Yisrael Paru Yishritzu V'yirbu, and they came very many.
You want that light on or off, bro? Doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference. We Shteigin here. Kesher Shel Tefillin Me'achorav Hava. Yeah, it's cool. Me'achorav, who the Amrin on La'el, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Menech Tefillin. We said before that God puts on Tefillin. So what he's saying, no, he's telling to this Ma'aseh of Moshe, and he's saying that also when God said to show him his back, he showed him the Kesher of Tefillin, he showed him the Yud in the back of the Tefillin, he showed him the 10 Spheros, he explained to him Pnimius HaTorah in a certain way.
Wow.
Yeah. Daf Zayin Amud Beis. Amar Rabbi Yochanan Rishon ben Yochai. Rishon ben Yochai. Sometimes they call him by his Hebrew name, not Bar Yochai. Oh. Some people say it's a different person. Yeah, show me ben Yochai. It's a theory. Shteigin. Miyom shebar HaKadosh Baruch Hu es ha'olam lo haya adam shekaro le'HaKadosh Baruch Hu adon ad sheba Avram Avinu v'karo adon. From the beginning of the world, there was never a human. From the very beginning of the Big Bang of evolution of Ma'aseh Brachos, of the word Brachos, Shteigin here, there was never a person who would call God Adon, called God Master, until Abraham came and he called him Master. Shenemar, because it says, Vayomer Adoni V'ma Eda Ki Irshana, he said Adonai. But no one called him Adonai. No one called him by his name. And you know, now, by the way, people are not calling him by his name. People are like afraid. Like, it's Mirais. Like, if you can say God's name is Mirais, because like, yo, like, we Shteigin. Amar Rav. You want to read this?
Amar Rav, Af Daniel lo neno el bishvil Avraham. Rav says, even Daniel did not neno.
What's neno? So ne'ena is binyan nif'al, means it didn't happen to him. Anenu Hashem. answer me, God, right? Anenu. So saying he was not answered. The Neo wasn't answered except for the schos of Avraham, or B'shvil Avraham.
Shneamar, V'yata Shema Eloheinu al Tefilas Avdecha, V'yata Chununav, V'her Panecha al Mikdashecha. Hashamim.
You're Shteigin here.
You're Shteigin here.
Yeah, dude, nice. Nice, like, stop. Like, yo, let's figure this out.
It's close. Thanks for the help.
No, dude, that was just Shteigin here mad hard. So Daniel wasn't answered except because of Avraham. Because it says, and now here, my God, to the tefillah of your servant, of your Eved, Shteigin here, ve'el tachanunav, ve'er panecha el mikdashecha, enlighten your eyes to your mikdash. The base of mikdash was destroyed. Ezra came back, or Daniel rather, right? It was during the whole thing, right? Hashamim. I'm not 100% sure what Hashamim is. I've heard it before. Mikdashecha Hashamim. All right, we're gonna stick that up. Mikdashecha Hashamim. Leman Adonai. Lemancha. Right, it says, why does it say Leman Adonai? It should say Lemancha for you. You should say Ella Leman Avraham Shekarecha Adon. They're learning the Gezer Shava. Avraham called you Adon. Daniel says that tefillah now using the word Adon. We see that Daniel was invoking the schos of Avraham in his prayer.
Wow.
Yeah. Ben Yochai, Minayin she'ein miratin la'adam shas kaso. A person's biggity bugging, we don't try to appease him. Shenemar penai yelchu v'hanichosi lach. Faces will go and I'll let you. You know, if your face is gone, yo. So, but does it tell us what we should do if a person's biggity bugging? They said, does it tell us what we should do when a person's biggity bugging? Like here, they say you know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't try to appease a person. If he's bugging, yo. But they don't say, well, what should you do?
Oh.
You know?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Shteigin.
I wonder who goes into that. There must be someone that goes into that. You know? Other than you.
We'll go into it.
Maybe not, dude. Maybe not. We'll have to check it out a little more.
Maybe not that there's not another person who goes into it.
Hey, what should you shouldn't appease a person in their time of anger, right?
Yeah.
So what should you do?
What should you do?
Gotta figure this out.
Yeah. And yeah. Let us know.
Yeah. Shteigin here.
Shteigin here.
Back inside.
Yeah. So it says Shneimar V'amar Ri Mishum Rishim Bar Yochai Miyom Shebara HaKadosh Baruch Hu Es Olamo. From the time that God created the world, Lo Haya Adam Shahoda LaKadosh Baruch Hu. There wasn't a person to give Hodah, praise, thanks rather, to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Ad Sheba'ata Leah V'hodasa until Leah came and gave prayer. Shneimar Hapam Odeh Es Adonai. She said, this time I'm going to give Hodah. That was the name of Yehuda, of Judah, the Jews.
Wow.
Yo, we love the Jews, but you know, they Shteigin here.
Shteigin here, bro.
They Shteigin here. We Shteigin here.
Wow. By the way, I forgot to say, but before at the bottom of the last daf,
yeah,
we quote a pasuk from this week's parsha.
Yo, which one?
It's the last pasuk on the page. Unei Israel paru vayishratu.
Wow, it's this coming week's parsha.
Yeah, this coming week's parsha.
Yeah,
yo. Vayiratzmu b'meod meod v'atimole haaretz osam.
Yo, that's a sign. Yo, this is gonna be a week of growth.
Oh man.
You know, we Shteigin here. We're gonna paru yishratu. You know, like the. Fly. I'm kind of saying like, yo, like these ideas, man, these ideas of being happy and figuring it out and not being angry at ourselves for like not, for like, you know, like just being forgiving to ourselves, forgiving to other people, understanding that Hashem is forgiving with us, and like going out and like finding our path to happiness and our path to the super chill and our path to Sof Davar HaKol. You know?
Amen, bro. Nice.
Alright, we Shteigin.
Shteigin it.
We Shteigin here. V'amar, no, okay, Ruvain. Amar Rabbi Eliezer. Ruvain Amar Rabbi Eliezer Amar Leah Re'u Ma Bain. So they called him Ruvain because see what son I have. Yo, shout out to my cousin Ruvain. Then and yo, shout out to my whole family, yo.
Word.
We Shteigin here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Re'u Ma Bain B'nei Lavan Chami the Ilu B'nei Chami Afal Gav de Midate Zavne Levichiruse. He sold. He's about Esav. He sold his firstborn ship. T'chsiv v'yimager es bechorato liYaakov. Right, he sold his bechora to Yaakov. Chazu maksive. See what it says about him. Vayastem Esav es Yaakov. That he hated Yaakov. T'chsiv v'yomer hachi kara shemo Yaakov. This is why they called his name Yaakov. V'yakveni zeba amayim. And he grabbed, right? He like stopped me. He like stared at me these 2 times. V'ilu banai, my kids. Aval gav de al gorche shakle Yosef le bechiruse. Even though they like against his will, they sold Joseph to his bechor le bechiruse minei. Dechsiv ubechalo yatsuai aviv nasna bechoraso lebnei Yosef. That when Ruvain did that, he gave his bechor to the children of Joseph. And by the way, we're sitting here in State Shemot with Shaul, who was Benjaminite, and from the Rachel side of the hustle. But we Shteigin here. We Shteigin here. And even so, I'm not jealous of him. Vayishma Ruvain vayatzilehu miadam. Ruvain heard and he saved them.
Nice.
Vayatzilehu miadam. Okay, we Shteigin here vis-a-vis that pasuk, but basically Ruvain heard and he went to go save them. Yo, what does Rashi say? Is there a Rashi here? Well, it says by Ruvain, it says Ru'u ma bein levein chami. It says al shema atid kara shemo kidarina lekaman shema gerim. Yo, guys, we Shteigin here. Big kids, or what we hear is they're saying like, yo, look how good the Jews are. And I don't know, maybe this is the way that people said things back then. But I want to focus on the fact that, you know, I think we all Shteigin. We all Shteigin, and you know, it talks about good midos and like how it's like you gotta be good and you gotta be, you know, it talks about the difference between Ruvain and Esav. It's a pretty tough comparison for Ruvain. You know, it's like, yo, like Ruvain is better than Esav. But yo, Ruvain was Shteigin. You know, and so was Esav. You know, I kind of feel bad for Esav sometimes when I'm reading the Parsha.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like he just.
Romendo Kessin,
Yeah.
Shlita, says Esav was supposed to be the 4th of. You know, I mean, I don't know where he quotes it from, but, you know, I trust him.
Shteigin.
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
And that means that Esav had the, nitzos of an Av,
Yeah.
Like he had that potential.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a great vort, man. That both Esav and Reuven, like they had their paths. They're both Shteigin. They have different ways that we deal with disappointment and we deal with getting
for sure, bro.
We deal with the hardships. There's just different paths. And we Shteigin.
Yes, sir. My turn.
Rus. So that we're just talking about people, right? We talk about Reuven, now about Rus. Rus, my Rus, our Rabbi Yochanan, shezachta v'yadem and David. So she was Rus because she was Zocha, and David came from her. Sharayuhu leKadosh Baruch Hu b'shiros v'tishbachos. And so they sang to Kadosh Baruch Hu songs and praises. Minalan, the Shema Garim. Now we see that Rashi that we know that we were talking about before. He says, okay. So basically, these are names of people that were naming Al Ha'asid. Like they got their name because of something that they were going to do. Right? So we said, what's Rus? We said it's because she was able to come from David, and he's saying Shirayuhu like Kadosh Baruch Hu, and so her name was like Rus because she was Shirayu because David saying, I think, Shteigin. Minal and the Shema Garim. So how do you know that may be caused? I don't know what that means. Amar Rabbi Eliezer, the Amar Kra L'chu Chazu Mifalos Hashem Asher Sham Shemayim Ba'aretz Al Digri Shemos Ela Shemos Shteigin Hi Lama Rogshu Goyim Mado Elaz Lehem Alma Davar Kalhu Beinav. Alright, we Shteigin Hi. Okay. We Shteigin Hi. Because we're not sure what Shema Garim is. But we Shteigin here. Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochi. So I'm actually interested in who's Rabbi Yochanan, who Rabbi Shimon ben Yochi is. We'll think about what are all these vorts that they're saying? Is there any connection between them? When they quote these strings of vorts, see the connection between them. So Shimon Rabbi Yochanan, who's the first generation Amorah, in the name of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochi. Was Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai a last generation Amorah? Or last generation Tana? I don't think so. So maybe it's not Shimon bar Yochai. We got to figure that out, yo. Kasha tarbus rabatoch beso shal adam yosef v'chenes gogumago. Wow. Bad tarbut, bad culture in your house is worse than Milchemes Gog Magog. Whoa.
And
we're back to Shteigin Hi. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Kasha tarbus rabis bezo shel adam yazer Milchemes Gog Magog. Bad society, bad culture in your house is worse than Milchemes Gog Magog. Shenamar Shteigin Pasuk. Mizmor David v'barcho mipnei Avshalom beno v'chsiv v'asrein. It says afterwards, Hashem ma rabu tzarai rabim kamim alai. And so he said, "Oi, Taru's rise son. I think Avshalom was attacking him. He's like, "Oi, my boy, Shteigin Hi." V'ilu gabe Milchemes Gog uMagog. But when it comes to Milchemes Gog uMagog, the war. Cataclysmic zach. Ksiv lama rishu goyim u'urim yagu reik ve'ilu marabu tzarai lo ksiv. So it says a lot of things, but it uses a shreftier lashon. Shteigin Hi, a sharper lashon. So they say, I don't know. It seems like really random. Like there's like two places where it says bad stuff, and then like they compare Tarbus Ra, and having an evil son. I don't know if Avshalom was evil. We gotta learn those psukim. The whole thing with David HaMelech also, kind of cursed this land. He said, Al talvi al mazar alechem ustei chumot kisham nig al magen giborim magen shaul mashiach asher mashach b'shemen. They kind of like cursed this land. But we're coming with Geula Shaul to reverse the curse.
Amen.
Shteigin. But yeah, so David was like, so tough to have this son. We're like, son, Shteigin. Like, Mizmor David, Berachos Avshalom B'no. Mizmor David. So it says, Kino David by the way. What are you talking about, Mizmor? He's getting chased by his son over here. And he's saying songs of psalms, or Shteigin. Mizmor, whatever Mizmor is a song. Zmira, Shabbos Miros. We sing some dings, Miggity Miros on Shabbos and stay triggity.
Word.
So it says, Kino David. It should be a lamentation. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Avshalom, Mashal lema davar domeh, la'adam sheyatza alav shtar chov kodem shaparo. So what's this a mashal to? It's someone who paid, someone who didn't pay the debt, and so someone sent out the debt to claim against him based in or something. Before he paid, so Atzav Hayatzuv, he was sad. But after he paid it, he was Sameach. Av Cain David. Came out Sha'amar Lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu Hineni Magim Alecha Re'ah Ura B'Meisecha. Shteigin here, it's a huge difference. Ra B'Meisecha. Hayatzuv, he was sad. He's like, oh man, there's going to be Ra in my house. Amar Shema Avad O Mamzer Hu. Wait a second. Atzav. Amar. Maybe he's an Eved or a Mamzer. Chayas alai. Have mercy on me. Dechaza de Avshalom hu sameach. Mishum achi amar mizmor. But when he saw Avshalom, he became happy. David HaMelech was happy about his son. There's no Rashi here. See, if I had my other Gemara, we could see the Marsha. But now we got to come up with the Pshat ourselves, or at least understand a little bit of what's going on over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, why are you saying a mizmor to David that he was singing? He was in a time of difficulty. He should be saying Kina le David. So Rabbi Shimon ben Avishalom. That's pretty crazy that this guy, Rabbi Shimon ben Avishalom, just comes in. I never heard of this yet before. There's a bet that says Ayin Tosfos and Yoma, Tosfos and Kesubas, just to figure out who this guy was. The Masoros of Shas is chewing shtel, Tosfos and Yoma and Kesubas. And we're like, who is this guy? I'm talking Gilgal stuff going on over here of tikkuns.
Wow.
Because Shimon ben Avi Shalom, he just says, well, what's it similar? There was a person who they sent against him a document of chov, and before he pays it, he was sad. After he pays it, he's happy. Also, David, when Hashem said to him, "Hineni makim alecha ra'ab b'seicha," I'm going to put some badness in your house, chas v'shalom lo aleinu. Hayatzuv, chas v'shalom lo aleinu, he said. Amar Shema Eved o Mamzerhu to lo chayes alai. He's like, maybe this kid will be something. Oh, this person that's going to come against me. Maybe he's Maybe it's like an Eved or a Mamzer that won't have Rahmanus on me. So we know that there probably were servants in King David's palace, like, you know.
Word, yeah.
But also, the Mamzer, there are probably some. I don't know. We say maybe there's a Mamzer, a bastard, that's not gonna have peace on me. And he says, "Oh, Avshalom. It's only Avshalom. It's my son." Even though he saw like his son was like Shteigin, he's like, "All right, he's Shteigin." You know, so he was actually happy. David HaMelech was happy that Avshalom was like coming after him. He's like, "Listen, like he's Shteigin." When he saw that it was Avshalom, he's like, "All right." He knows he's a good guy deep down. He's Shteigin. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, mutar lehizgaros b'rishayim ba'olam hazeh. You're allowed to be mean to Rishayim in this world. Shenemar ozvei Torah yahalu resha. It says, people who left Torah will praise the evil. The shomrei Torah yisgaru bam. People who keep Torah will reprimand them. Tanya Nami Achi, we have another brayz here. It says, Rav Dustai bar Berebi Masun Amar, Mutar lizgaros b'Rishayim ba'olam hazeh. You can like be a dick to Rishayim in this world. Shenemar ozvei Torah yahalu resha, because it says ozvei Torah, people who left Torah will praise evil. The Gomer. V'im lacheshecha adam lomar. And if a person's going to whisper to you and say, V'hakasiv al titchar b'mir'am al tigneh be'osei avla. He says, yo, dude, don't even titchar b'mir'am. Don't even like be hanging out in their pastures, yo. And don't be jealous of those that are like sinning. Shteigin, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but like a more low. If someone says that to you and you say to him, Mi shelibo nokfo Omer, someone whose heart is beating, saying, Omer Kain, that is saying this, Ella al titchar b'mir'im liyos kimir'im. Al titchar b'mir'im. Alright, we Shteigin here. We gotta get a Chomesh. Well, right? Omer Kain. Ela al titchar b'mir'im liot kimir'im. Don't be like Miriam. Just kidding. Al tigneh ve'osei avla. Lios ke'osei avla. Don't be like them, you know. Like, don't be like another person. Like, everyone's just on their own path. Don't be like, oh, that person's path. Be like, yo, like we Shteigin. Ve'omer al yigneh libecha b'chataim. And he says that al yigneh libecha. Your heart should not be jealous of sinners or of sins. Ki'im b'yiras Hashem. The only thing you should be jealous about is about yiras Hashem. Kol hayom, all day. Yo, it's a big puzzle. Can you save that? Have that later. I'm never gonna do it. All right. Kol hayom. 80. Is that true? V'ha'amar Rabbi Yitzchak Imra is Rasha she'Hashem misachekes lo. You see Rasha and like life is going well for him. Al titgarebo. Don't like put him down and like yell at him. Shenemar yachilu drachav bechol eis. Because it says, set your ways at all times. V'lo od ela shezocha badin. Not only that, but he's like Shteigin here. He's winning the lawsuit. Not the lawsuit, but like the judgment. Shenemar marom mishpatecha minegdo. That the loftiness of your of your laws are at his side. V'lo od ela sheroeh b'tzarav. Not only that, but he sees his tzarav. He sees his enemies. Shenamar kol tzorav yafiach bahen. Zog Rashi yafiach. V'nefichaso hu dome osam kekash. Yo! V'nefichaso, when he blows on them, he spreads them like straw.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. We were talking about straw. Dashing straw, you know. Come here, like, start appreciating, like, things. Yeah, I didn't necessarily appreciate when I was living in. You know, we're Shteigin here, guys.
Shteigin here.
We're Shteigin here. We got that kash, that Rashi with the kash, Shteigin here. Basically, so if this guy's going, kol tzorav yafiach bahem. So like, God's got his back, you know. He's right. Ro'eh b'tzarav. He sees his like enemies. Like he's like, I see you. I see you. Shout out to Rafael Bob Waxberg. Lo kashya. Ha b'milei didei. Ha b'milei dishmaya. No, that's not a question. This is his inyanim, and this is if it's like heavenly inyanim. V'milei dishmaya. V'iba is ema. If you want, you can say hava milei dishmaya. No, you can say that. Really, they're both of them are milei dishmaya, are dealing with matters of heaven. V'lo kashya ha berasha shasha misachek eslo. This is talking about a Rasha that the time is like it's a good time for him. He's like being successful. Ha berasha she'ena sham misachek eslo. This is about a Rasha that, you know, it's not as successful of a time. V'iba is ema. If you want, you can say it because, like, you know, we're Shteigin it. Hava milei dishmaya. They're both milei dishmaya. V'lo kasha. And the way that we're going to solve the contradiction is as follows: Hava rasha shas b'chayik eslo. Hava rasha in shas b'chayik eslo. V'iba is ema. And another one because I just read that twice.
Yeah.
V'iba is ema. Hava rasha. Russia, Shasham is Hachek Islo, Velo Kasha. Oh, they're both talking about Russia, Shasham is Hachek Islo, and it's not Kasha. Havit Tzadik Gomor, Havit Tzadik She'eno Gomor. No, this is talking about Tzadik Gomor. That's talking about Tzadik She'eno Gomor. These talking about Tzadikim, yo. She'eno Gomer. D'amar Rav Huda Bai Dichsiv Lama Tabit Bogdim Tachrish Bebela Rasha Tzadik Bibenu V'chi Rasha Boleh Tzadik. Is it true that a Rasha swallows the Tzadik? V'aksiv Hashem lo yazvenu biyado. Wait a second. It says, God, don't leave us into His hand. V'chsiv, and it says lo ye'uneh l'tzadik kol avon. That like lo ye'uneh, he won't suffer any sins. El tzadik imenu boleh tzadik gabor eno boleh. So if it's only a tzaddik mimenu boleh, if it's a tzaddik gabor, he's not boleh. He doesn't swallow the tzaddik. We Shteigin here. Viva is ema. Sham is low, shiny, or you say no, like, you know, when it was a good time, it's different. All that very interesting piece of Agarita and Gemara is very deep. You know, try to figure out like why good things happen to bad people. You know, It's a question. You know, they talk about it in all over. You know, all of the religions, all of the ways of life. You know, now I say, is it? You know, people don't really. I don't know, man. Why do bad things happen to good people?
Well, in order to do the tikkun, right, we can do it 3 ways, right? 1, we could do mitzvahs, right? We could do teshuvah, and we can do tshuva where we choose to return to Hashem, right? And then there's also Yisurim, you know?
We're learning Yisurim Shalava, we're learning about Yisurim. The other daf, definitely have to understand Yisurim sufferings and tough things. Like, so we say, Shlomo was saying that maybe because we did bad things, so then bad things happen. But then why would bad things happen to good people? She's saying that even a good person, maybe. But why do bad things happen in the first place? That's the question that I want to know. Wait a second. If God is all loving, then why are bad things happening at all?
Well, doesn't it go back to we sinned? Doesn't it go back to the sin of Adam and Chava?
I don't know. I mean, if God is all good, so then why is there even a concept of sin? Why not just let us chill?
That's what it was before we were created. That's what it was. We said to Hashem, "You're giving us poor man's bread," right? We said lechem oni, right? And all of our neshamas were dwelling in Shemayim before the Bria, in a divine presence, delighting.
Nama dichsufa, the bread of embarrassment. If we're not, right? If we're not earning our chill, then we're not working for it. If we're feeling like we're just receiving, it's called nama dichsufa.
So we said, we want to earn our keep. And Hashem said, okay. Thrust this into existence.
Yeah.
So we all chose it and accepted it. But that's because our neshamas know, man.
Yeah.
Our neshamas know.
Yeah, we are neshamas,
Amen, bro.
We Shteigin.
Yeah, bro. Let's go right there.
The same guy. So everyone who establishes a place for his tefillah, oyevav noflim tachtav, his enemies fall from under him like the wrath of 1,000,000 stars.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't say that.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Guys got all theatric for some reason. Shenemar v'zamti magob la'ami Yisrael v'nadativ v'shachen tachtav v'lo yirzu od. What a pasuk. V'lo yosifu b'nei avla la'anoso ka'asher barishayna. This pasuk was so beautiful. Where was it? Chaf Dalet. We're going to look at the Tziyunim. We're going to look at the Torah or Shalem. We got a Chaf Diggity. The pasuk in Shmuel. What up, pasuk in Shmuel?
What's good?
Yeah, V'savti magov la'ami l'Yisrael v'nadati again the thing below your gods. Oh, they're not going to get mad anymore. You're going to be chilling,
Word, bro.
Word, bro. So basically, if you have a place for tefillah, man, you are Shteigin, you're set. And lo yarguzu od, you're gonna have that, but it's that order that people talk about for mental health. You gotta have order in your life.
Word.
Ravuna Rami. Ravuna says, I have a stira. Ksiv la'anoso, it says to answer him or to pain him. The ksiv l'chaloso says to destroy him or to wive him. But the chil la'anoso, there's no l'chaloso. No, at the beginning to give him pain, and in the end to destroy him. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochi. Destroy who? Who are we destroying over here? The Russia?
I think so.
No, it's oivin. It's the oivin. It's the oivin. It says by the oivin. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochi Gedola Shimusha Shel Torah Yoser Milimuda. It's bigger to chill over the Torah more than it is to learn it. The Shimusha Shel Torah, to be involved with Torah-dik hustles, to have Geula at the front of the mind. Shimusha Shel Torah, to have it be something that you play with cognitively. It's more important than actually like learning. But also they say Shimusha Shel Torah is for the is to like be Mishamish the Talmud Chacham. But we Shteigin right now it just says Shimusha Shel Torah. So I'm not hearing none of that. None of that, you know, with the Shteigin here. Gedola Shimusha Shel Torah Yosem Limuda Shenemar Po Elisha ben Shafat Asher Yitzak Mayim Al Yidei Eliyahu Lamad Lo Nemar Ela Yitzak V'lamed Shegedola Shimusha Yosem Limuda. Alright, we Shteigin here with this pasuk. Throw it up there. Let's see if we can figure it out.
Do it.
Po Elisha ben Shafat. Yo, there's no Rashi's here. Yo. Po, not at the end at least. Lo yachilna tash kochi Shteigin. So there's Po Elisha ben Shafat Asher Yitzak Mayim Al Yidei Eliyahu Lamad. Here's where Elisha, and they describe him as someone who like helped Eliyahu with his water. Here's how we learned, right? That this is the place where he learned. Lo ne'emar ela Yitzak. He doesn't say, "Oh, this is where I learned all the Torah from." He's like, no, this is where like he actually like gave him water and like helped him like survive.
Nice.
You know. Yeah, it's crazy pasuk, yo. So we see that Shimusha is Gadol Milimuda. Amar lei Rabbi Yitzchak lo Rabbi Nachman, the Rav Nachman. Amar lei Rabbi Yitzchak Rav Nachman. My dama lo asi mar lebeikin ishta. Why did you go to shul? Litzloi to David. Amar lei lo yechilna. I couldn't. Amar lei lekanfei mar asara. Lekanfei mar asara velitzli. He's like, yo, grow 10 wigs and daven.
Grow 10 what?
It says the kanvi mar azar velitzli. Amar lei tricha li milza. Like, I'm too lazy. Oh wait, maybe he says the kanfi mar asara. That like, I don't know, the kanfi, it kind of sounds like it's like, yo, like we'll get some wings. I need a new battery. Really. Oh, here we go. The kanfi mar asar avalitzli, like then go get 10 guys and we'll daven. He says, terrifically mills, it's a pain in the butt, yo. I'm Shteigin here. I don't even feel so well, right? And like I'm like been depressed, yo. Like, dude, what are you like? What are you hocking me a chinik for? He's like. V'lei mar l'shlucha de tzibura ve'idna l'madzli tzibura lazy v'lo de lemar. Tell the tzibur that when they're davening, the tzibur will come and tell you, so you don't have to like walk around like a chicken with his head off. Amar lei my kuliyai. He's like, yo, dude, like what is your deal? Amar lei, the Amar of Yochanan Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai says, because Rabbi Yochanan says in the name of Shimon ben Yochai, my dichsiv, what does it say in the pasuk? Va'ani tefilazi lecha Adonai eis ratzon. Says, my davening to you, God, is a time of ratzon, time of favor. Eimazai eis ratzon. When is it an eis ratzon? B'shat shet tzibor mispalin. He's like, at the time when the tzibor is davening, it's such a geschmack thing.
Wow.
But yo, this guy was like, yo, listen, like, what are you hocking me about? Like, dude, like, I'm Shteigin here. Like, I'm working on my relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'm Shteigin here, you know? And he said, like, V'ani tefillah silacha Hashem eis ratzon. He's like, no, but dude, when it's tefillah, like, it's such a big milah. He's like, dude, I'm just going to do it. yichidas on this one, like we Shteigin here. We Shteigin here. We learned some big things today.
That was great.
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
gewaldic.
Cool, man. Tough Zayin.
Yeah,
Let's go. See you next time.
See you next time. Taf Ches, and I'm Shteigin.
Thank you.